Hey, what's up everyone? Today we're going to be learning You Give Love a Bad Name by Bon Jovi. So I'm going to be teaching the entire song. So we have the intro to learn, a verse, a pre-chorus, a chorus, a solo, and then that's basically it. So not too much crazy stuff in here. The solo, it might get a little bit tricky, but besides that, it's not that hard. So first I'll start off with the intro lick that you hear at the start of the song. So for that, you can hear bend 10th fret on the G string, play 10 normal, to 8 on the G string, then do a bend and release on the 10th fret of the G string, like this. Then you're going to play 8 on the G string, and finish it on 10 on the D string. So that's the first part. For the second part, where you start off 8, 10 on the G string, but you're going to palm mute it like this. So, not like that, like this. And then do a 10th, bend on the 10th fret of the G string, play normal, 8th fret on the G string, 10th fret bend and release, 8th fret on the G string to 10 on the D. So you can sort of see it's just circling around these four notes, just these four notes. And the second part, if you are confused, it's basically the same as the first part almost. The only difference is it starts off with the palm muting part, and then right before the intro part ends, you hear this. And you just hold it and you go straight into the verse. So for that, you play 10th fret on the G string, you bend it, and then play 10 normal and just hold it. And then we go into the verse. So for that, we're going to have 3rd fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the low E string, then we're going to have 6th fret on the low E string to 3rd fret on the A string again. So far we do this. So we're going to finish that up with 6th fret on the A string twice to back to 3rd fret on the A string. So we have this so far. And what he's actually doing, he's palm muting it, if you hear it in the actual recording, so it's supposed to sound like this. Alright, so that's what he does for the verse. Then we get to the pre-chorus, it sounds like this. So for that, we have two power chords right here. We have an F power chord, 1st fret on the low E string, and 3rd fret on the A string. Then we slide that up to 2 frets, the 3rd fret on the low E string, and the 5th fret on the A string. So far, for the pre-chorus, we have this. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to hit the 8th fret on the G string and the 8th fret on the G string together. So it's an inverted 5th. We're going to hit like this. So like the pattern, rhythm pattern is sort of like 1, 2, and then you do some whammy bar stuff, like, as you can hear in the song. And in between these hits, you hear like percussive sounds, like he does like muted percussive hits in between, but basically what you're doing is just hitting it 3 times. And you're adding some up and downs with the whammy bar. And then after that, we go straight into the chorus, which is just made up of power chords. So we have this. So for that, we have a C power chord, which is 3rd fret on the A string, 5th fret on the G string, and 5th fret on the G string. Then we go to a G sharp power chord, 4th fret on the low E string, and 6th fret on the A and D. this we have. So this is a sharp power chord. We play this twice, and this is the 6th fret on the low E string, and 8th fret on the A and D. Slide up to the 8th fret on the low E string, and 10th fret on the A and D. So far we have this. Then go back to this G sharp power chord, back to the A sharp, and then to finish it off we do this. So with that we have 6th fret on the A string, 8th fret on the D string, 8th fret on the G string, and then we go down to a C power chord which we started with. So and then you just repeat the process again. You can add your own like little bit rhythm to it to make it sound better, which I like to do. So instead of playing like this, you can play like this, add more spice. So I'll do this. That's not what he does, but you can do that to add more flavor, and it just sounds better, more full, than just, playing power chords and holding them out. But yeah, that's just better to do. Anyway, after that, we go into the second verse, and the pre-chorus again, and the chorus, and then we go into the solo, which starts off with a dive bomb. So what we do, we're gonna play the open G string, and you're gonna use the whammy bar right here, and do a dive bomb with it. So if you don't have a whammy bar, you can bend the string from the outside of the nut, or you can just play the open G string and not do anything. But yeah, you're gonna need a whammy bar for this part. So just play the open G string like this, and depress the whammy bar. Bring it in like this, and then when you get right to the end, just release it. Then so look, watch how I depress it, and then once you get to the end, just release it. Ready? So see how it sort of releases at the end. So just release the pressure and let it go back upwards. So then, coming right out of the dive bomb, you're gonna just grab the 8th fret on the G string, but it's very subtle. It's not that loud. You can't really hear it that much. Like that, just grab it, sort of grab it without picking it. Just don't pick it, just grab it. And then after that, we have some octaves going on. So for that, these are called octaves because it's the same note, just 2 different pitches. So the first one we have 3rd fret on the low E string and 5th fret on the D string. And the pattern for this is we're gonna pick the octave and then slide up and then pick the next one, slide up, pick the next one. So that's the same pattern. So 3rd fret on the low E string, 5th fret on the D string, pick it and slide up to the next one. Then we have 5 on the low E string, 7 on the D string, slide up to 6th fret on low E string, 8th fret on the D. Then we go to 8th fret on low E string, 10th fret on the D, then 10th fret on low E string, and 12th fret on the D, then 13th fret on the low E string, and 15 on the D, and finally we get to the last octave, which is 15th fret on the low E string, and 17th fret on the D string. So slowly, I'll play it slowly. So it's like this. So after that, we go into this little trill part, which Sambora does a lot actually. So what he's doing here is, for that is you're gonna do a trill, which if you don't know what that is basically rapidly hammering on, pulling off from one note to the other. So what we're doing here is this 8th fret on the G string to hammering off and pulling on to the 11th fret. So just rapidly hammering on, pulling off. That's what a trill is if you don't know. And then while you're doing that, you hear like this swooshing sort of swiping sound, you could call it. So with that, just grab the 15th fret. Don't really tap it, just try to lightly grab it, just slide off like that. So, and you want to do it at the same time as you're doing the trill. So like this. So that's what you're doing there. And then after that, do a bend on the 8th fret. And after that we have 2 final bends to finish off the solo. That's 8th fret on the B string to 11th fret on the B string. And then to finish it off, Ruchi board does this little lick right here. It sounds a little bit off because it uses an octave pedal, so you actually hear the octave of it up over here. But basically what we've been doing is 3rd fret on the 8th string to the 1st fret on the 8th string. Then you're going to go 3, 1, 3 on the low E string to finish it off on the 1st fret of the 8th string. And make sure you palm mute all